Okay, what is up, guys? This probably died, but I'm going to show you how you make a 9 circles level. But since I can only do 10 minutes, where is anyway? So to create a 9 circles level, first thing you want to do is create a song. No, not create a song. uh, find a song. Yeah. Next thing you want to do, it's quite optional, but I suggest doing it, is changing the background to this. The background to... Oh, what's the... Okay, next thing you want to do is change the ground to this one. And the final thing you want to do before we actually start working on the level is change the color to whatever you want. I'm just going to change it to grey because why not? Make it poltergeist disc. Also, you can also press like it's like a little box, like a little box with a plus on it, and you can adjust the brightness like that. Now we can actually start working on our level. Now, instead of just building a normal layout, you actually instead want to take more time and use these blocks. They'll be important later. Next thing you want to do is start building your level. I'll just skip past this part because A, I need to make this video under 10 minutes so I can actually publish this. And B, you do not want to sit me here and watch me decorate. So, okay, so I've been working on a level for a bit. And I just want to give you a tip. Just place, so if there's any overhang like right here, instead of making it just a floating platform, make it an entire floating structure. So something like this. Just make sure that it's actually possible before placing the structure down. No, just make sure it's actually possible. If it isn't possible, move it up or down. Also, remember to add fakes instead of making the level just one simple path. Add fakes throughout the level to make it like more 9 circles-ish. Also, if you want some difficult, so instead of them just buffering, make them so they have to click late. If you want that extra layer of difficulty. If you don't, then make all the clicks easy. As in, like, you can buffer them. Okay, so once you've done with the layout of the entire level, next step is the important part, which is decorating. Now, if I remember correctly, which I do not, give me a moment. Okay, so I've just rechecked the level, and it turns out, Zobos actually uses these blocks. So, if you've just placed down those blocks, I'm afraid you're gonna have to replace all of them. Yippee. Okay, so I've just spent all of that just doing that in my free time, making these structures. Now we can actually get on to the fun part. Yeah, that's creating the thing. But firstly, we gotta make a color. So let's just set this to, I don't know. Set this to any color you like. Just make sure it fits the theme. Okay, and start placing these all around your level. What is this? Oh. Oh yeah, it changes it. Okay. Okay, so remember, these 1.9 blocks inside, and then use 1.8 blocks for the inside, and I mean these 1.8 blocks, not the other 1.8, because I know there's two 1.8 blocks. Okay, just basically spam this everywhere. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, make sure you also give this a different color as well. Okay, for these blocks, the invisible ones, no matter what, always use this 1x1 block. Okay, no matter the case, always use the 1x1 block. Okay, after you've done with the decorating, it should look something similar to this. You might have different colours or a different layout. But the next thing is to change the object colour. Which, now thinking about it, should have been just its separate tip on it. Okay, next you want to place these saw things, these gears, into the gears with a hitbox, you know, for damage stuff and yeah. Remember to like fluctuate between them. Actually, just use a 5x5. Also, make sure the color is set to 1, so make sure you set it to the color, so unless you actually want it set to the player color. Now, your next guess to what the next thing they're gonna be doing is maybe we're gonna add some decoration or floor spike decoration. No. Surprisingly, the start of 9 circles doesn't have any, and I do mean no ground spikes at all whatsoever. They're just normal spikes. But if you do have ground spikes, then you can just decorate them with the matching. No, not the matching, the corresponding decoration. Next up is the orbs, and you're not going to believe this. That's literally it. You can change the color if you want, but that's literally it for orb deco, and that also goes for pad decoration as well. Now, next up is the spikes, which some of them can actually just be replaced with normal spikes. They're like nothing special. You can even use some as decoration. Just make sure that if they are decoration, they do not kill the player in any way. I would like to point out that there's literally only one singular spike in the beginning of... Actually, I think it's in like the entirety of 9 circles. That is literally just spike with color, and then smaller smaller spike. There's only one of those in the introduction, which I'm positive about, and I think it's the only one in the entire level. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, next up is the 3D lines, and I purposely left them out. I totally did not forget about them, and brought them up until this part. Remember that the direction is that way with 3D lines, so they should be looking like this. Anyway, the final thing you want to do, and I thought I was recording, but turns out I wasn't, is covering up the fakes in your level, so like here. Don't worry, the 3D lines do not emit glow, so it'll be pretty obvious which one's real and which one's fake. Anyway, I think that's about it. You can add some like rods and that to like decorate it, but for the main part, that is basically it. So bye.